Oh, hi, officer. I got this. Hello again, folks, and welcome to Black Bear Outdoors. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of you who are new concealed carriers that are asking the same question I am. If you get pulled over by law enforcement and you're carrying, what are you supposed to do and what are you not supposed to do? Because we all want to try and avoid ending up on a donut operator video, right? So lucky for us today, we have the rural deputy with us, so we can ask the question directly and get some answers from the horse's mouth. So welcome and thank you for coming onto the channel today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so a lot of people are saying, and especially law enforcement people are saying that, traffic stops can be some of the most dangerous things that you guys do. Why is that? Is that true?
And they really can be. And the reason for that is when we stop somebody, I might stop you for speeding, but if that individual has done something else or is hiding something, their mind is going to tell them that make them think that we already know that.
Okay, fair point. So they might pull a gun on you.
Right. They could pull a gun, they could run, they could do any number of things. Most of them do go routine, as much as I hate to use that word, but there is the possibility of things going sideways.
Fair point. So another question is that fair to say that when you guys stop somebody on the side of the road, you're kind of at a heightened level of awareness?
We always are. Like for me especially, as I walk up behind a vehicle, I make sure I'm watching everybody that I can see in the vehicle. I'm keeping my position where I'm make for a harder target.
Well, this makes good sense, right? All right, so in your opinion, from all the traffic stops you've done and so forth, and I'm sure you've come across people who are carrying and so forth, what are the things that you should not be doing? Things you should avoid as a concealed carrier when law enforcement approaches your vehicle?
So as a concealed carrier or just anyone in the event of a traffic stop, we understand that you have to reach for your registration and your proof of insurance and maybe your wallet and things like that. One thing that's going to put us a little bit at a heightened awareness is if we see you reaching around in the car and under the seat and digging and into the back seat before we get up there and we know what's going on. Honestly, your best bet is to just chill in your seat there. If you are armed, or keep your hands where we can see them. On the steering wheel is a nice relaxed place to do it. Like I said, we don't want to see somebody digging around and reaching, because then it looks like you're either trying to hide something or get something that you maybe shouldn't be getting.
Fair point. All right, so just the flip side of that. So as somebody, let's say, like in the intro, you pulled me over and I'm carrying a concealed firearm. Won't be waving that big silver gun around, but what would you like me to do? What is the most appropriate way of letting you know that I've got a firearm without you thinking I'm posing a threat to you?
Right. Now with that, the first thing I would tell everybody is know your state laws. Some states require you to notify an officer that you're armed in the event of being approached in their official duties, traffic stop and such. Other states don't require it. It's been my experience where I'm at that most people will tell me as I walk up to the vehicle, they've got their hands on the steering wheel and they're like, hey, just letting you know, I've got a pistol in the center console. That's where my registration and insurance is at. Or like I personally have done it when I get stopped, I will have my hands on the steering wheel and I will, as the officer approaches, and I'll tell him, my wallet is left front. I have a pistol at 8 o'clock.
Okay. And would you then, so let's use that example that you just mentioned. So for example, let's say your pistol's in your center console and your registration's also there. How would you manage that situation?
So with that, when people tell me that, I try to keep things light, because once you're pulled over, let's face it, you're not having a good day. You're already stressed, you're nervous, and you're probably just speeding or something like that. But so I will tell, people tell me, say, it's in the center console, I've got my gun in there. Great. Don't point it at me. We're going to be friends just fine. And then as you open it, kind of sit back in your seat so that we can see it and we can see what your hand is doing as you reach for your registration.
That's a really good point, because if you're leaning forward, it looks like you could have an aggressive posture or something.
Right.
No, I never thought of that. That's seriously a good point. Any other tips you want to give the viewers out there?
With that, like for everybody, know your state laws, be safe about it, be smart about it. If you're going to tell the officer, be open. There are some officers out there that will ask to see the weapon, whatever. I've had that happen where I have to adjust in my seat. I move and I let them remove it from the holster and all that. Most of us, or at least everybody that I know, we don't mess with that unless we have a reason to believe that, the firearm's stolen or illegal or something like that. And then as you're conducting your interactions with the officer, try not to get nervous. Don't reach for it just instinctively afterwards, whatever. Really communication is key with that.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Well, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with the guys on the other end of the camera. So guys, thanks very much to the Rural Deputy for coming out today and kind of joining us for a bit of a fun video as well, and quite a lot of good information for everybody out there. So again, thank you so much for doing that. Guys, as always, with any kind of 2A content, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and leave us a comment down below, because that not only helps our channel, but everybody that's making 2A content, showing the algorithm that this is stuff that's important and that you enjoy. So we really appreciate all your support. If you're feeling very generous, hit that super thanks button down below, and you all stay safe, and we'll see you next time.